Hello, our dear viewers, and welcome back to your favorite show, Good Morning Kuwait. And now we have a distinguished guest with us. We welcome today Miss الحساوي, transformational and development coach. Our conversation with her takes us into a different world, an inner world that lives deep inside every human being. We will shed the light on the subconscious mind, the hidden power that controls our thoughts and behaviors without us realizing, and discover now reprogramming, and it can change the course of our lives. We will pause at the limited thoughts that often stop us at a certain point, making us see the world through a narrow lens that doesn't reflect our true abilities. At the same time, we will talk about dreams. Are they just feeling or imagination, or can they turn into a real achievable goals if we approach them with the correct awareness and the clear practical steps? All of these topics and interesting subjects we're going to discover today with our distinguished guest, Coach الحساوي. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me here.
Of course,
today.
our pleasure actually.
Thank you so much.
So I would like to start with something light before we dive into the deep science and
Yes.
everything behind the subconscious mind. If you could imagine the subconscious mind using like one to describe it, using like an image or a metaphor, what that image would be? Would it be like a closet, a storage, a hard drive?
I think the best one is a hard drive.
A hard drive.
Yeah, because it's what's running the show.
What's running the show?
Behind the
the
screen.
scene.
Yeah.
That's really, so it's like the director.
Yes.
That's really amazing.
Yes.
And that brings us to the first topic. Let's talk about the foundation.
Yes.
Why do scientists call the subconscious mind the hidden storage?
Okay, because it's where all of our thoughts are stored.
Okay.
But they're not just stored and left. They're stored and used as the base for every action, thought, and feeling that we have.
Interesting.
So it's the hidden storage because it is not part of the conscious mind. So you don't really see it. It's in the back end. So just like as we mentioned, the director. You don't see the director in the movie.
Exactly.
But he's running the movie.
He's influencing the actions of the actors.
Everything, yes. So as good as the actors are, if the director is bad, the movie is not going to be probably that good.
That's really
right?
awesome. I love how you put it together.
Yeah.
And sometimes they say like our memories, they don't fade away, especially like in childhood.
Absolutely.
They stick or they are being spoken to the subconscious.
Yes.
Is that true?
Absolutely. Always take yourself back to the idea that the brain is the most intricate and most detailed organ or creation actually in the universe. So it's the most efficient and the smartest thing that was ever created. So if we think or if our conscious mind says that it forgot something, the mind doesn't forget anything. It records everything and anything. So it's as simple as when our kids, like for example, they watch movies and they listen to different dialects, and then suddenly you see them performing it, saying
without them realizing it.
Yes, it just comes natural. It's natural because the brain records everything. And even if we consciously forget it, we subconsciously never do.
Never do.
Which is why during sessions, when we go into a deep relaxation state and we open the subconscious mind, memories start pouring in and clients say things like, I never knew that happened.
Wow.
Yeah. So
they like visit some places.
Yeah,
they already
memories
them
that were there. Yeah.
But there wasn't like available to them during that time.
Yes.
And that also like brings me to the second question or the third question that we have for today. Sometimes like as we grow up, like even as an adults, we still never forget like some childhood memories or maybe like habits.
Yes.
So in your opinion, why does that happen?
It's because as we talked earlier, the brain is the smartest thing. So it records everything for reference, and it records everything as a way to make your life more functional and easier. But the thing that goes wrong is when we don't use those memories for our own benefit and we let them run on their own. So everything we go through, our brain starts thinking, okay, how can I make this more efficient? How can I make this better? How can I, and to be a little bit more honest, how can I survive? How can I remain alive?
Of course.
So we can have memories as kids where we see, for example, our parents having a bicker or a fight, and you had just like spilled milk on the floor or something, and your brain starts making this connection. Because I spilled milk on the floor,
I'm a bad kid, or maybe like I'm not a good kid.
And then my parents fought, and if my parents fight, then I'm not going to receive any attention, and if I don't receive any attention, I'm going to die.
Okay, so make some connections, yes, lines, and conclude with an idea.
Yes, so I'm going to make myself safe, and I'm going to stay alive for the rest of my life, so I will never do anything wrong.
And just like still
be as perfect as possible. So that my parents wouldn't fight, so that they wouldn't not pay attention to me, so that I wouldn't die.
Okay, so
it comes up with conclusions. And these are the conclusions that we work on in coaching, because that conclusion was made by a child. If your parents fight, you're not going to die. Okay?
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm understanding, that the subconscious mind is really a double-edged weapon. It
yes,
can have some benefit. It also can have some negative if we didn't utilize it very well.
Which is everything in life.
Everything in life.
Everything in life is a double-edged weapon.
Exactly. So how to reprogram our subconscious mind so it can help us and become like a powerful ally to us? Beautiful
question. We can break it down into two simple how-tos. The first how-to is to learn.
To learn.
So learning, knowledge, understanding how the brain works, understanding how us as humans biologically work, and psychologically work, and emotionally work, and socially work. So knowledge, reading, taking sessions, understanding more. The more knowledge we have, the easier it is to apply.
Of course, like a magic trick. Sometimes when you see a magic trick, you'll be like, oh, it's really magic.
Exactly.
But then when you understand that trick, you'll be like, oh, okay, I know.
Okay. Now it's simple.
Exactly, yeah.
And then the second how-to is to allow yourself to receive help, allow yourself to feel pain, allow yourself to process, and allow yourself to trust. So believing in yourself and in the process allows you to apply that knowledge that you learned.
In the process.
Yes.
And that's really something very important to understand, like awareness can really help us understand, and also to be vulnerable.
Yes.
Like not to say, hey, I know everything,
exactly,
like I'm not gonna reach help, because
exactly,
you don't know what the other person is expert about, exactly, and he of course gonna give you like a big tip that can help you. In that term, I know you mentioned two techniques, and I think people are eager for more. Sometimes we hear about visualization, we hear about like repetition.
Yes.
Could that also like be an aid?
Yes, absolutely. One of the very important things that we learn about, part of the knowledge part, the how-to,
the first one.
Yeah, are the mirror neurons. So if we understand how mirror neurons work, then we will know how to use them for our benefit. Mirror neurons are basically neurons that mirror what they learned, which is what we talked about in the beginning, the kids watching TV, listening to different languages and accents. Is it like
directly or indirectly?
It's indirect learning.
Indirect learning.
But immediate mirroring.
Mirroring, okay.
Yeah, so mirror neurons, literally neurons in our brain that mirror the action.
Okay.
So this is where we listen to, like in parenting tips, when they say, do not teach your friends with speech, but teach them with action. Exactly. So show them how it gets done instead of telling them how it gets done.
Yes.
So this is how mirror neurons work.
And that's one of the tips some people say, like if you want your child to pray, then you have to pray.
You should pray.
If you want him to read, then you have to grab a book and
exactly,
read
and do it in front of them so that they look, process, and then imitate.
Mirroring it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So at a stage in life, when we grow up, our mirror neurons are already mirroring many things from when we were kids.
It's become like an autopilot for us.
What I mean is, let's say when you're first born, your mirror neurons are still empty. So nothing is being mirrored, right? Imagine a set of mirrors, and those mirrors have things that are coming in front of them. So there are already things that are being mirrored. So as we grow up, there are already things that are being mirrored. But when we grow up and we decide we want to change, now we want to remove what's been mirrored and put something we want.
Something we want. And in that terms, some people, they resist the new change.
Yes.
Or like some ideas become a limitation for them.
Exactly.
So how can we break that?
With repetition, with imagination. So these are the techniques we use
Okay.
to start mirroring new things.
To start mirroring new things.
Yes.
That's really beautiful. And still, even like when you give like a dose of motivation, a dose
Yeah.
of like great tips, there are still some people stuck very much to their old habits.
Yes.
They cannot break it.
Yes.
So what are some practical things they can do, or what advices they should take in order to break that?
To break old habits. Always go back to the first how-tos that we talked about.
Okay.
Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Knowledge is your best ally.
Best ally.
Your best ally to break anything you want to break. That's number one. Number two, have people around you who you want
To become like.
to become like.
So they can influence you indirectly.
Yeah, so that at least they can show your brain it's possible.
Possible.
So we want to keep using knowledge. We learn that anything that our brain is not used to, so anything you're not used to, anything you've not seen, anything that's out of the box, your brain considers as death. So your brain wants to keep you safe.
Yes.
Your brain wants to keep you alive. So it will not do anything that's outside what we're used to, what we're comfortable with,
Of
even
course.
if it means a happy relationship, even if it means a healthy life
Or successful.
or successful. Your brain knows unsuccessful as life. So being successful is a threat.
And that's really like drew me into like an inspiring questions.
Yeah.
How can we distinguish between a reality
Yeah.
or like just a brain limitation?
You feel it. So you feel what we call contractive feeling or an expansive feeling. There are things in your life, even if they seem good, you always get a contractive feeling.
Like from inside.
Yes, from inside. You feel like it's making you like caged. So that feeling, if we start teaching ourselves how to follow those feelings of
Okay.
contractive or expansive, you will start learning more about what the limiting belief is and what the life-giving belief is. So sometimes thinking thoughts that are, for example, that seem like good thoughts,
Good thoughts, positive vibe.
positive thoughts, they may have a limiting belief root.
Okay.
I'll give an example for that.
Yes.
I have to be a millionaire. You see how I said I have to be a millionaire?
It's like you're forcing yourself to become a millionaire.
A millionaire. Why? Because I feel unsafe. I
Not
feel
being a millionaire.
unsafe not having money.
Okay.
Not having money will
Make me
make me
struggle in life.
struggle, make me unhappy, make me sad, make
Okay.
me unpopular, whatever. So it's coming from a limiting belief.
A limiting belief.
So what do I do now? When I say I have to be a millionaire, I follow the feeling that comes after that sentence. Is it an
Relaxing.
expansive feeling?
Okay.
Or is it I'm struggling, I'm pushing?
Like putting a pressure on you.
Yeah. So I'm struggling, I'm pushing. It's a contractive feeling. Now I sit with the thought. I see what are the root feelings behind that, what are the
Okay.
root thoughts behind that, and then I can change them.
That's really awesome. So it means like the way we think can change really our life. And sometimes when we change the way we think, we start to dream again and
Yes.
have like new goals.
Yes.
So can people truly change the way they think and build a new life for them?
Yes, they can.
They could.
The very simple answer is yes, they can.
Okay.
It's not a new
Invention. Maybe?
invention. It's been here since the beginning of mankind. But it's just, do you believe it or do you not believe it? But in any way, you're still doing it because your thoughts are creating your reality. If you have thoughts saying the circumstances are creating my reality, then the circumstances are creating your reality because that's the thought that you have.
Exactly. And that's similar to the quote of Henry Ford that says, if you think you can, you are
can.
right. If you think you can't, you are
Yeah.
absolutely right
Yes.
as well. It's just about the thought that we have. And also like some people, they dream a lot and they wish to accomplish a lot of things in their life. So what's the difference between having a hope and also like having a goal?
Okay, having hope, let's say sometimes what makes it hard or denies a person from achieving is is connecting your goals with your worth.
With your worth.
Yes. So for example, or connecting the things that you're hopeful for with your worth. Saying, if I achieve this, then I would become happy.
Or if I take this particular job, then people will respect me.
Yes, then people will respect me. If I do this, then I'll be safe. This is where things start going wrong, because you cannot connect something immaterial with something material. Currently, we are reading, I run a book club, and we are reading a book called Transcending the Levels of Consciousness.
Transcending the level of consciousness.
Yes.
Interesting topic.
Yeah, and very beautifully explained how there is a mismatch in connecting the material with the non-material. Non-material cannot bring you material, and material cannot bring you non-material. You have to understand that wanting the non-material things like happiness, safety, security, feelings are inside, and then material things are outside.
Yes.
So this is where you start differentiating between goal, outside,
Okay.
and then hopes and dreams that are inside. The goals are much simpler than you think. They're much simpler than you think. Getting them, reaching them, achieving them, receiving them, it's much simpler than you think. It's when we connect the non-material with the material is when it starts becoming hard.
Hard.
Yeah, because that's not the exchange.
Right equation.
Yes, that's not the right equation.
Okay, very beautifully said. And so far you really inspired us like with a lot of things regarding subconscious mind, how to discover this hidden power and use it for our benefit. It's really like a double-edged weapon. If you use it right, you can really achieve a lot of things, but if you use it like in a negative way, then it's gonna harm you. And with Coach الحساوي, Transformation Development Coach, she helped us and guide us through that. Thank you so much for all this valuable insight and information.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a lovely talk.
Thank you. It was our pleasure. And now, dear viewers, after this lovely interview, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to back. Stay tuned.